Welcome to our Mitsy Kit Fleece Origami Tote tutorial. Our kit includes 3 fleece squares, 8 fleece ribbon, a plastic needle, and a tote strap. The 3 fleece squares are attached with plastic clips and safety pins. Remove the clips and pins as you come to them when you're stitching together your project. Unfold the 3 attached squares on the table in front of you in a V formation, with the bottom point of your center square closest to you on the table, and safety pins and clips on the top. Feel the clipped intersections of the squares to feel the tactile bordered holes. These are to guide your stitching by touch. Lace the first fleece ribbon through the eye of your plastic needle, leaving a short tail. Find the intersection with one plastic clip on the side and begin lacing your needle down through the first hole on the outer side of this intersection. Pull the ribbon through to leave about a 4-inch tail. Then bring the fleece ribbon over the top edge of fabric and down through the next hole toward the center. Continue going through all holes in the intersecting side until you reach the center hole. Remove your plastic needle and replace with a new fleece ribbon, and repeat the overcast stitch on the second intersecting side from the outside hole to the center again. When you reach the last center hole, the needle will come up through beside the fleece ribbon laced on the opposite side. Tie the 2 tails in a tight knot. Then flip your squares over so the fleece stitching is facing the table, and the squares should still be forming a V. Now we begin the origami fabric folding. Fold the center square up in half so points meet at the top, forming a triangle. Next, fold the left square over in half to center, forming a right pointing triangle. And last, fold the right square over in half to the center, forming a left pointing triangle. This results in 3 triangles intersecting on 2 sides. Line up the holes on the intersecting sides and use the pins and clips removed in earlier stitching to keep the holes aligned for stitching. Start in one of the intersecting sides' lower corner, starting with the overcast stitch with a new fleece ribbon. Continue the overcast stitch through all holes on that intersecting side until you reach the last center hole. Repeat this overcast stitch on the second intersecting side from the lower corner through all holes until you meet up again at that last center hole. At the center hole, the needle will come up through beside the fleece tail from the last side just stitched. Next, you will trim the 4 open top edges of your bag opening with the overcast stitch, making sure to only stitch 1 layer of fabric for each edge, or you will close up your bag. Start with a new fleece strip and lace the needle through the center hole beside the 2 fleece tails just laced up for the intersecting sides. Begin your overcast stitch up one of the 4 top edges from the center hole to the upper hole at the folded tip of the fabric. Then lace another fleece ribbon through the opposite top edge from center hole to the upper hole at the opposite folded tip of the fabric. Tie 2 knots in the center using 2 tails on left of the center and 2 tails on right of the center. Flip your fabric over and repeat the overcast stitching on the 3rd top edge, starting in the corner hole beside the fleece tails of the intersecting sides up to the last upper hole at the folded tip of fabric. When you reach that upper hole, the needle will come up through beside the fleece tail from the lacing on the opposite side. Tie the 2 tails in a tight knot. Repeat the overcast stitch for the 4th top edge, and again tie the 2 tails with a tight knot at the top tip. Now you will attach the tote strap, which has 2 holes at either end. Lace one of the tails at the upper folded tip of your fabric through one hole of your tote strap. Then tie the tail with the second tail in a double knot to secure it tightly to the strap. Repeat lacing and knotting the tails from the opposite folded tip through the opposite hole in the tote strap. Again, double knot to secure tightly. The last step will be to tie knots in the 2 lower corners of your bag. And that completes your project. Your Mitsy Kit bag is ready to use. We hope you've enjoyed this. If you would like to learn more about other Mitsy Kit projects, go to www.mitsykit.org.